in junior high school. In other words, you do not carry back subjects to senior high. And you do not carry back subjects from elementary to junior high. It's nice to finish things, no? Wrap things up before you move on to the next level. Okay? The remedial classes are very important. And in the DepEd order, there is strong emphasis that if at a certain quarter, any given quarter, by the 5th week of that quarter, the student is already showing signs of having difficulty on the formative and summative assessments, the teacher must already call for the parents for a parent-teacher discussion on student performance to try and figure out what's going on there, why is the child having difficulty, and most important of all, how the child will be supported by both the home and the school. If we do this in our classrooms, we should avoid having a lot of children not meeting expectations at the end of the school year. So it's very important that we are vigilant and preventing failure rather than waiting for failure to happen. But when it does happen, it happens. DepEd has to act accordingly. So if a student really does not pass those remedial classes in more than 2 subject areas, then the child will have to be retained in grades 4 to 10. For grades 11 and 12, again, it is a little different. Okay? Still the same on the passing grade. Final grade of at least 75 in all learning areas in a semester is earned. The student can proceed to the next semester. If a learner did not meet expectations in a prerequisite subject in a learning area, that student must pass remedial class for failed competencies in that subject before being allowed to enroll in the higher subject in that learning area. For example, in STEM, there's pre-calculus and then basic calculus. If a student is not able to meet expectations in some of the competencies in pre-calculus, that student will have to make up for it. And when we say make up, that means summative assessments during that make-up period. And if and when that student passes those failed competencies, we let that student carry on to the next semester towards basic calculus. The same is true for Tech Voc, because these Tech Voc courses are sequenced, diba? Automotive 1, Automotive 2, and so on and so forth. And therefore, you cannot go to Automotive 3 if you haven't passed Automotive 1. The third qualification, if a learner did not meet expectations in any subject or learning area at the end of the semester, we do the same thing. The student must pass remedial classes in failed competencies in the subjects or learning areas to be allowed to enroll in the next semester. Otherwise, the learners must retake the subjects failed. And syempre, to be able to pass senior high school and earn the senior high school certificate, we must pass, or learners must pass, all subjects or learning areas in senior high school. Again, it's very important to emphasize that immediate remedial classes in senior high school is critical so that they don't fail and so they don't get delayed by a semester. It's very important that we immediately do the assessments in the classroom so we prevent these failures from happening. But what if indeed a student did not meet expectations at the end of a period? How are they rated in remedial class? And I think this is one of the things that is most important in our new classroom assessment policy. Is we actually articulate how do we deal with those who get marks lower than expectations. So first, summative assessments are also given during remedial class. These are computed, weighted, transmuted in the same way as the quarterly grade. The equivalent of the final grade for the remedial class is called the remedial class mark. the final grade at the end of the school year and the remedial class mark are averaged. And this is why you see it is important to have a floor grade in our final grade. And if the recomputed final grade is 75 or better for grades 1 to 10, the student is promoted to the next grade level. For grades 11 and 12, where there are prerequisites, the student is allowed to enroll in the higher level learning area. Number 5, if the recomputed final grade is still below 75, in other words, the final grade in the card is already 74, and then after remediation, and then the recomputation of the grade, it's still 74, then for grades 1 to 10, the student is retained in the grade level. For grades 11 and 12, the student needs to retake that subject. And for grades 11 and 12, where there are prerequisites, the student will not be allowed to enroll in the higher learning area subject. Now, our recomputed final grade must be issued in a certificate. And this must be signed, that the teacher of that remedial class issues that certificate of recomputed final grade. And then this is noted by the principal and forwarded to the division office. It is attached to Form 137 and School Form number 5. And in our DepEd order, number 8, there is a sample certificate of recomputed final grades. Now, so let's look at an example. Okay? How are learners promoted and retained at the end of the school year? This is a scenario for STEM. So in the subjects, core, and applied and specialized track subjects, there's a failure on pre-calculus and the student got a 74. The learner will have to do